What's up?
Very good.
Ready? Well, good.
What did you see out of game film from Saturday?
I liked what I saw. You know, offensively, I thought we really executed well. Our offensive line controlled the line of scrimmage for the most part, which allowed us to run the ball and throw it. We didn't make a lot of mistakes assignment-wise, and you know, when you're having the proper alignments and proper assignments, it gives you a chance to execute, and we really did a good job. Defensively, I thought we played with great effort. You know, we had guys flying around and playing hard, and we gave up some big plays. We got to get that corrected, but for the most part, we played well.
Where's some areas you saw from Saturday's game that you need to improve on?
Oh, we have a lot of things we need to improve on. You know, we got to be more consistent. Offensively, we got to take care of the football and convert third downs. I wasn't happy at all with our third downs and how we executed on third down. We got to be able to run the ball with more power at the end of the game, and you know, keep the ball, not punt it back to them. Defensively, you continue to work on tackling and doing a better job of tackling. Intercepting the ball. You know, we had like 3 balls that hit our hands that we didn't get, so we have to do that. But we have a whole lot of things we can improve on, and I think that's what's most important to me this week as we come out and practice, is that everyone understands we're going to work hard and get better each day.
Was that third down number have anything to do with, you said you felt like you got too conservative once you got 2 scores?
You know, it might have. You know, in the second half, it might have. We probably could have been a little bit more aggressive, but we still had some opportunities to convert third downs, and we didn't do it.
How did you feel about how Brandon Dowdy, when he was under pressure, how he was effective throwing the ball?
You know, I was really happy with the way he played. It was good to see him. When you went back and watched the video, there were a number of times when he delivered the ball, followed through, and got hit as he was throwing it, and was still accurate and made the completions. That's always something you're concerned about with a quarterback that hasn't played in a couple years, is how is he going to react after he gets hit. And Brandon did a great job. He didn't blink. He focused downfield, and that's really, you know, when you talk about playing the position of quarterback, that's where courage shows up, is your ability to stand in the pocket, continue to focus downfield, knowing that you're going to get hit. And he did a great job of it.
Leon Allen got so many carries there in the second half. Is that something that you plan on doing probably on a week-to-week basis, but put 2, maybe 3 guys in there, you know, throughout the course of the
Yeah, we feel like we have a lot of weapons, you know, and we didn't even get Ace going yet. You know, it just didn't work out that way. We had the package for him and a plan for him. Leon got real hot in the third quarter and showed his burst and his power, and you know, he's got a combination of both. But it's a good group of running backs, and we got to keep them fresh and use them. And when one guy gets hot, we continue to feed him.
You still pretty familiar with this Tennessee team?
You know, I know a lot of the players. We either in recruiting or, you know, in going against them. They're a big physical offensive front. Rajon Neal's a guy I've known since high school that's a very, very good runner, has really good instincts and good vision. You know, A.J. Johnson, the middle linebacker, is a guy that's a really good football player, really understands the game. So there's some of them that are very familiar, and then some that are new.
What kind of a wrench does a guy as big as Daniel McCullers on the defensive line throw into your game plan?
He's a big guy, you know. He's a big physical guy that moves around pretty well. So we just got to do a good job with our pad level and finishing and playing hard. And you know, those guys we went against last week were big physical guys, not as tall, but they were big and physical. So it's really just relying on your technique and trusting your technique and continuing to work hard at it. You know, the good thing is inside we're experienced. And then Forrest Lamp's going to be a very, very good player. He played as well as anybody.
Tennessee's offensive line is pretty impressive. How do you see your D-line matching up front?
Yeah, they're good, and they know what they're doing running the ball, so we've got to do a good job of making sure that we're where we're supposed to be. We're in our gap responsibility. We use our hands. We need to use our hands better, and we've got a good group of linebackers, so we got to just be real sound in our gap responsibilities and keep our linebackers clean and let them make tackles and, you know, not get out of our gaps on the defensive front.
Were you satisfied with how the D-line played, with that being their first real game together as a group?
You know, as a coach, you're never satisfied. You know, you're always working and striving to get better and be better at it. But, you know, we accomplished our goal, which was to go in and find a way to win the game. We certainly didn't do everything right, but when you look back on it and really evaluate the film, we had guys playing with really good effort and striving to do what we were asking them to do. We made some mistakes, but you know they were attempting to do what we're asking them to do and playing with great effort. And whenever you do that, you give yourself a chance to win.
You have still some youth at the wide receiver, whereas Tennessee's got youth at cornerback. Do you feel either team has an advantage there?
Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. You know, we get in the matchups and see how they all play out. It's kind of how, you know, it works out. We get to watch them on video really just from last week's game, and they're very, very good, very sound in their techniques and very well coached. So it's going to be seeing how we match up when we get going against them.
Tennessee's got a new first-year head coach, too. Do you look more back and study the game film, some of the things that he's done in the past, like in Cincinnati, or do you look more at what they did against Austin Peay?
Well, we've studied Cincinnati all winter and summer long, so we had a good idea of you know, what their package is. They're good coaches. They really understand what they want to do, and their guys at Cincinnati played extremely well and extremely hard. So we're going to have to go out and play our game and you know, do the things that we do well.
Do you find any similarities between your and Butch Jones' offense as far as pace and kind of running the ball to the shotgun?
You know, there's a lot of similarities in a lot of offenses, but he knows what he's doing. He does a good job of it, been doing it for a long time.
These guys last year played at Alabama, at LSU 2 years ago, and I think there's a few guys that played at Tennessee when they were freshmen. They didn't play, but they were at least maybe there. How much of a benefit is it to have play in that hostile environment, you know, many times where it's probably not going to be an issue for them?
Oh, I think it helps. Yeah, I think the experience and being on that stage and, you know, understanding how you deal with the noise and how you're able to communicate and, you know, having to do things with your vision, and you might not hear exactly, you know, what the calls are, but you're able to read the signals, and everybody has to be disciplined and do it. So there's no question that the more experienced you are, then the better you are at doing it.
Yeah, you talked about when you're pleased with your players' conditioning. You talked about how during fall camp you didn't have the nice humid weather, and like the last few weeks you had humid weather. Were you pleased with the players?
I was. I think our strength staff and our trainers did a really nice job. I was very, very concerned going into the game because Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday it was hot and humid, and you know, it was much more difficult to get our work done than the previous 3 weeks because of the weather and the heat. And our guys fought through it, but you worried about what we had left and ready for the game. And you know, I thought we did a nice job in getting in the cold tubs and hydrating and stretching and doing everything that you could. And our guys, you know, held up. And I don't remember a lot of cramping going on. I think we did have to utilize 3 or 4 IVs at halftime, but they did a good job with it.